Baseball this afternoon from Tempe Diablo Stadium. It's Friday afternoon baseball as the Angels get ready to take on the Oakland A's. Beautiful day today here in the Valley. The Angels and the A's squaring off, and of course they will meet opening day next Thursday at the Coliseum. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota, Mark Ubisaw. Guys, we're all coming together. And by the way, I like your shoes today. And let's talk some Angels baseball for you here on this Thursday. Well, Garrett Richards' turn to pitch for the Angels. He's going to do it in a minor league game this afternoon. So we'll see John Lamb on the hill for the Angels. And Gooby, it looks like Garrett Richards is going to be the opening day starter.
Yeah, Terry Jose, I'll tell you what, he's throwing the ball exceptionally well right now. When you think about his consistency on his velocity on his fastball, with movement, 97 miles an hour. He's touched 100. But his curveball and his slider have been so good so far this spring. You know it's going to be able to carry in to the regular season. He's going to be going up there up in Oakland once again. But his ability to get the swing and miss, but also I still think it's one of the best things with Garrett is he can get a ground ball double play with the best of them. So he can get that ground out, but he also can get that punch out when needed.
So he's going to be the guy leading the charge here. And I think overall, as you mentioned, Mark, it's about stuff for me with Garrett Richards. And then as the lineup turns around, being able to tune it down a little bit more to get a bigger break in that slider, change some velocity since he does not want to throw a changeup. But the rest of the staff, one guy I'm going to pick on here is J.C. Ramirez could be a key guy in turning that rotation over, Terry. For right now, the Angels are projecting to go with 5 guys. Eventually, it'll go to 6. But to me, is every test that J.C. Ramirez has passed is certainly just inspiring to everybody else, considering he's going to, like Mark said, in Richards, velocity, ground balls, but also go out there and project yourself to go 100, 110 pitches every time out.
All right, guys, let's go from the rotation to the bullpen. And, Jose, I'll start off with you. Have the Angels decided, have they settled on the relief corps for 2018?
I don't think so. And here's interesting because Luke Bart is a Rule 5 still in the mix. And Noah Ramirez, who is so valuable for so many reasons, he showed it last night again getting out of trouble. He did it last season for the Angels in the regular season. He's out of options. He needs, to me, to be in that bullpen. Now, Felix Peña's still in the mix, but he's a long shot. I would say certainly the composition of the bullpen with guys that can blow it by guys with a fastball, Mark, but also guys that go multi-innings, as we found out last year, is very valuable.
I think that's a key phrase, that multi-innings, be able to go 1 or 2 innings each time out there when Mike Scioscia calls upon him as far as the bullpen. That's why it was so good last year. You had Bud Norris in that mix, also no longer with the club. But you had guys that can go 1, 2, maybe even 3 innings out of the bullpen. Petit was fantastic out of the bullpen. You're going to need those type of guys to be able to do that. Noé Ramirez could be that guy. Jose Alvarez becomes an even more important part of the bullpen from the left side. So there's a lot of swing and miss pitchers in this bullpen, but it's going to be the depth and guys that go multiple innings can be so important.
All right, so who turns out to be the 9th inning guy, Mark Ubisaw, for the Angels on Thursday when the regular season gets
underway? I think, Terry, when you think about it, it really is going to come down to matchups. And it's still in my mind, I still think it's going to come down with Cam Bedrosian, if he's able to throw enough consistent strikes. He is the guy with closer stuff. Keeney Middleton is also has swing and miss stuff. So, and Clay Parker was outstanding. Jim Johnson's done it in the past. So that's what it comes down to. Who is the hot hand? But I think right now, early on, I think Mike Scioscia would probably love to settle on Cam Bedrosian as the closer.
I would say it'll be, of course, high leverage. Who's the best matchup in the 7th, 8th inning? But I think overall, somebody will emerge. To me, I still stick with a guy like Keenan Middleton at the very end, the one guy that has a mentality, has the edge, he can blow it by guys. Yes, he failed like many other future closers had in the past, but to me, the way he's been implementing that breaking ball, now trying to change up, is going to be Middleton at the very end. Maybe not to begin with, but I think he will be the guy in the very end.
All right, well, it's going to be interesting. Not all the answers are in yet, so we'll see what happens here in the next few days. We have one more game after today here in Arizona, then the Freeway Series back in Southern California between the Angels and the Dodgers, and then it all begins for real next Thursday, opening day, Angels and the Oakland A's in action at the Coliseum. Well, today we'll see John Lamb go for the Angels. He's a guy who will not be with the Angels when the season begins, but he's opened up a few eyes so far this spring here in Cactus League play. We'll have the lineups. We'll have the start of today's game. It's the Angels and the A's. It's coming up next on Fox Sports West.
Game 29 for the Angels here in the Cactus League, and it is a perfect afternoon to do so as the wind blows slightly out to center field. Angels against the Oakland Athletics, and who would have thought? In just a week or so, they will be matching up in the regular season as the Angels and the A's will begin the regular season in Oakland with a 4-game set. Jose Mota with you alongside Terry Smith in our simulcast AM 830 and, of course, on Fox Sports West. The Oakland Athletics with their lineup, and that lineup is brought to you by In-N-Out, and that is what a hamburger is all about. For the A's, they come in today with a 12-13 record, 2 ties here in preseason. Jake Smolinski leads off in right field. Dustin Fowler is playing center field, batting second. Marcus Semien having a good spring as a shortstop. Matt Olson, powerful first baseman, batting fourth. Chad Pinder, who's shown some big power himself, and the gaps Pinder's got 3 home runs here in the spring, batting fifth in left field. Matt Chapman, SoCal product. Chapman is at third base, batting sixth. Bruce Maxwell, who is now going to be a backup to Jonathan Lucroy, is catching, batting seventh. Sheldon Noisy is a designated hitter. Noisy, 5 home runs. He is batting eighth. And Franklin Barreto, the youngster, having a very solid spring for Oakland, is batting ninth at second base. As John Lamb makes his way to the mound for the Angels, the A's will feature young lefty Jesus Luzardo. And for Mike Scioscia's Angels, Ian Kinsler leads off at second base. Mike Trout, red hot as of late, is in center. Justin Upton and his 11 RBIs here in preseason is batting third in left field. Albert Pujols, designated here, cleanup hitter for the Angels. Zach Cozart has hit in 6 straight. He's hitting .357 now. Cozart at third base is batting fifth. Cole Calhoun is batting sixth in right field. Simba Anderton Simmons, shortstop, batting seventh. Jeffrey Marte, almost a lock to make the team. Marte is out of options, doing well, hitting .370, is playing first base and batting eighth. And backup catcher Rene Rivera is starting for the Angels here and catching Lamb this afternoon as the Angels come in with a 12-16 record. And, of course, the bats are getting hotter, and certainly a lot of moves that we're going to fill you in all throughout this afternoon.
All right, Jose, John Lamb has just wrapped up his warm-up tosses, and we are just about ready to go here today in Tempe. This is the next to last Cactus League game for the Angels. The final one will be tomorrow afternoon, and the Angels after that will have 3 more exhibition games against the Dodgers back in Southern California, with the Angels and the Dodgers squaring off Sunday night at the Big A, and then Monday and Tuesday of next week at Dodger Stadium. So we're ready for baseball on this Friday. Lamb is set, and the first pitch today, and that one is a little bit high. We're underway. The count 1 ball, no strikes. John Lamb this spring, 6th game for the Angels, 2nd start, and here's the next pitch. That one is taken for a called strike. Our game time temperature 81 degrees, and the first pitch was right on time today at 1:10. Here's the next delivery. That's in there again for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Lamb facing the A's for the first time this spring. He'll be with AAA Salt Lake in all likelihood when their season begins. In an off-speed delivery, it's fouled off on the right side by Smolinski, and the count is holding. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
In his previous start, Lamb threw it to 90 miles an hour. He spun his curveball to 82, 84 miles an hour. Threw his changeup very effectively in the low 80s, and just left a couple of balls out over the play, but pitched fairly well.
There's another off-speed pitch. This one is hit well into left field, out by the wall out there in left field, and that ball is off the wall. Making a turn at second, headed for third base is Smolinski, and he will dive in there, slide in there with a leadoff triple. That one came close to leaving. There's a little chain link fence right above the wall being left all the way out to left center field, and looked like it smacked right off that chain link fence. That ball was in play.
A hanger, no waste swing on that one by Smolinski.
So here is Dustin Fowler, who is bidding to be the A's opening day center fielder. Came over from the Yankees, and he takes the first pitch. He's a left-handed batter. That one misses. He's struggled this spring, hitting 189, and the way it looks, it's going to kind of boil down to Fowler and Boog Powell for what likely will be the final outfield spot for the Oakland A's. Of course, we'll get a bird's eye view of them come next Thursday afternoon, opening day at the Coliseum. Counts even. It's 1-1. Infield has been brought in a bit, and the next pitch that's fouled back to our left behind the plate, out of play. Marcus Semien is waiting on deck. John Lamb, 27-year-old left-hander, SoCal native. And here's his next delivery, and this is a pop-up foul behind the plate, and it looks like Rene Rivera, the catcher, will have a chance to gather that one in, and he does near the A's on-deck circle, so that's the first out. Marcus Semien, who's batting third for the A's, their shortstop, will be the next batter.
Good matchup there for John Lamb and, of course, for Rene Rivera, man. The way he called pitches there and the sequence he had on Fowler just did not allow him to go out there and guess on anything. And in fact, he was not afraid to elevate that fastball and tie him up before, of course, doing what he wanted to do, which is keeping off balance with a weak swing.
So the pitch on Semien, he lines that one into left. That's going to fall in for an RBI hit. Semien will head for second. Here comes the throw there. It's going to be a little bit late, and it's an RBI double, and it's a 1-0 Oakland lead. So a pair of extra base hits for them out of their first three batters today, and now Matt Olson, the cleanup man, will step up with a runner in scoring position.
And the more experienced hitters, Smolinski with a triple against the wall, hanging breaking ball, and Semien gets something up in the zone himself, wastes no time. And the approach he wants to see is somebody like that, make him elevate, and Lamb pay the price.
So here's Olson. And he lines that one foul on the right side. 0-1 to count. Matt Olson, a good young player with a lot of power between the majors and the minors. 47 home runs last year, 24 with Oakland.
Talking 24 home runs in 59 games. He hit a home run every 7.8 at bats.
I don't know. Even
not that easy to do in the big leagues, man.
There goes Semien. He's on the move. The pitch is strike. Throw to third. He's out. Rivera guns him down. Cozart with the tag, and Semien is out number 2.
Well, he took a chance, risky chance with a guy with big power, and you're in scoring position already, thinking perhaps he had timed John Lamb, but Rene Rivera guns him down. On what happened was when Semien actually started diving, he started slowing down.
The 2 pitch, that one is taken for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not a chance you want to be taking off in the regular season with somebody like Olson up there. 1 swing can put 2 on the board with your board.
Here's the next pitch, and he chases Allen and waves at it, misses it, struck him out, and that's how the inning will end. A's settle for a run. They had 2 hits, and we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Fresh made tostadas on
Angels getting ready to face a young left-hander by the name of Jesus Luzardo. He will not begin the season with the Oakland A's, but he's certainly on their radar screen. He came over from the Washington Nationals and was a third-round pick of the Nationals just a couple years ago in the June 2016 draft. There's a pitch taken, and it's in there on Ian Kinsler for strike one. 0-1 the count. Here's the next delivery, and that is on the outside corner, and the count jumps to 0-2. Luzardo 6'1", 205 pounds. He was born in Peru and then came over to the United States. He was living in South Florida. There's a pitch low, and he has a very interesting connection to South Florida. He was growing up in Parkland, Florida, and went to Stoneman Douglas High School. That was the high school where last month they had the tragedy strike that school. I think there were 17 people killed at that high school that day.
And I recall the first game, Angels and the Athletics to kick off the Cactus League back on February 23rd, when the teams wore the hats in honoring those victims with the SD. And he said he was absolutely touched by that, and it brought tears to his eyes.
Yeah, he was going to that high school back in 2016. Senior that year.
There's a connection between he and Angels catcher Rene Rivera, too.
Who lives very close to that school.
Rivera said many of the people getting evacuated ended up coming around to his complex.
There's a little bouncy ball through the right side. It's going to roll on out to Smolinski, and Kinsler is on with a leadoff hit. Angels have a base runner trailing 1-0. Mike Trout will be the next batter.
Who says Ian Kinsler's a dead pull hitter? Great ability to adjust against a lefty, throwing something soft away and just staying right in it on top of the plate and pushing it the other way.
So here's Mike Trout, who's hitting right at 300 this spring. Trout had a couple of hits last night against the Dodgers, drove in a run. And the pitch he's taking, and that one is in there for a strike.
There's a couple of outs that he made a few days ago where he hit the ball off the label, and I just said that just to me an indication that he is ready and more things are to come.
Next delivery, this is chop right to short, could be two, flip to second, relay to first. Boy, that was a terrible throw to first base, and it goes sailing. I think it's going to enable Trout to take an extra base. That one went into the Angels dugout area, looked like. So Trout is on, and the batter now will be Upton.
Yeah, Barreto had nobody near him. I mean, Kinsler was at least 15, 20 feet from him when he made the pivot at second base, just in the rush. It's not unusual for young players to try to do too much. He had time to set and fire away, and he had to put a little extra just to get Mike Trout in that throw.
So fielder's choice, Trout's on at first. That ball ricocheted back onto the playing field off the railing area of the dugout. So Trout's still at first base on the fielder's choice.
You know how many less errors are now in Major League Baseball because of the railing?
Right.
That was automatic.
Yep.
That was automatic in the dugout for many, many years.
Here's the pitch, and that one a little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway, bottom of the first inning, 1-0 A's. Upton with 3 home runs this spring, a .279 batting average. And here's the next pitch on Justin. That one is low and inside for Luzardo. This is his 3rd appearance for the A's this spring. 2nd start for them, and he had pitched only 3 1/3 innings for Oakland and had not allowed any runs in that brief time on the mound. Counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Luzardo came over in the deal that the A's had last season, where Sean Doolittle and Ryan Matson went over to the Washington Nationals. There's ball 4 on Upton, and the Angels have something brewing. 2 are on, 1 out, and Albert Pujols, the batter.
What's so unique about Luzardo, he was born in Peru. as Terry mentioned, but his family hails from Venezuela. Think of him migration to Peru, and that's where he was born. He had committed to attend the University of Miami at one point before signing with the Nats for a pretty hefty bonus, by the way, too. So
he's had the Tommy John left elbow surgery. Albert gets ready to dig in against them. Here's the pitch. That one is on the outside part of the plate for a called strike.
See if Albert can readjust his approach. One that just looked a little too jumpy last night against Hyunjin Ryu of the Dodgers. So many pitches outside the zone.
Next delivery, that was a fastball, a little bit inside.
Gotta like the young lefties, about 6 feet maybe. Doing a little cut fastball up and in on Albert.
Yep.
He needs to have the outer half because he has a very good changeup.
There's a pitch a little bit outside. Yeah, seeing him pitch for the first time, he kind of reminds you a little bit of Gio Gonzalez.
I would say so. Gio's got the electric bender.
Oh, yeah.
Big old breaking ball.
Here's the next one on Albert. That one is grounded foul over on the left side. So the count on the Angels DH today is 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see how many at bats the Angels regulars get in this ball game, and then the regulars are probably going to be on the way to Southern California. I don't think we're going to see too many of them tomorrow. Here's the 2-2, grounded sharply down to third. Good stop there by Chapman. He goes to the bag at third for out number 1, and then throws the first for out number 2. It'll be a double play to end the inning. 5-3 on the double play ball. Albert hit it hard, but right at Chapman near the bag at third. So 1 in the books. The second is next. 1-0 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
I wasn't trying to rest.
Chad Pinder, the left fielder for Oakland, will lead it off. We go to the second. 1-0 A's, and John Lamb's first pitch right in there for strike 1. Pinder, Chapman, and Maxwell, the first 3 for Oakland this inning.
This guy's got great leverage on that swing. Can really drive the baseball.
And the pitch, he lines that one into left, and right there waiting is Justin Upton. Hit hard, but right at the Angels left fielder, so a quick out, and Matt Chapman will be the next batter.
I think quickly John Lamb is finding out there's some areas that he has to make a quick adjustment. And Mike Socha had a long talk with him between innings. Some of the release points, he was doing some gestures with his hand, wanting to follow through in the finish on that fastball away.
Chapman set for his first at bat. Young A's third baseman. It's a slow one in there for a called strike. Chapman has hit under 200 this spring. 182 average with one home run. And the pitch, and that one pitch that he was taking. Used for a ball.
Got off to a terrible start and has picked it up over the last 8 games, hitting over 300.
Next delivery, and that's on the outside corner for a called strike.
Terry over 300 last 8 games and still at 182. That tells you how bad of a start he got off to.
Yep. He's still looking to balance it out a little bit. And here's the 1-2. This is lifted high in the air into left field, but battling the sun out there, waiting on it, making the grab is Upton, and that'll be out number 2. A couple of balls hit to the Angels left fielder. 2 away. Bruce Maxwell will be the batter. We want to remind you this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of Angels baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of today's game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels baseball. Here's Maxwell, left-handed hitting catcher, and that one is in there for a called strike. Well, it wasn't too long ago during spring training you were kind of thinking Bruce Maxwell would be the primary catcher for the A's, but things have changed on that front as he grounds that one foul.
The A's kept looking to find the right match, and Terry, it seems like they landed the right guy. And Jonathan Lucroy.
He was one of those players that was a free agent that was just kind of lingering around. And now with the Oakland A's. Signed him to a 1-year deal. The pitch. Here's a pop into shallow right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So Maxwell has the 3rd Oakland hit of the day. A 2-out single here in the 2nd. And Sheldon Nicey will be the next batter.
If there's any indication defensively what the Angels should be expecting and taking notice out there is every hitter has hit the ball to his pull side of second base. And yes, you expect that a lot from John Lamb, but certainly from the A's, they're just timing it right.
First pitch on Sheldon Nicey, and that one is in there for a strike.
Smolinski against the left field wall. Semien, left field corner. Pinder, left field. Chapman, left field, and now Maxwell slightly to right center field.
0-2 the count on Noisy.
The difference is you want to see more of those balls hit on the ground.
See if Lamb can get him. He has him deep in the hole on the pitch, and it's a little bloop on the right side. It's going to land foul.
It's a very good pitch. He got a fastball right in there. As Noisy's looking changeup. He got right in that label.
Noisy's also looking for a new bat. He cracked his bat there. The broken bat brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Look for Wonderful Pistachios at the Big A and your local grocery store or pharmacy. Now, let's get cracking.
Still hurts when I see it. Oof. Knuckles are cracking.
I think our supply of Wonderful Pistachios is no longer. That's right.
Adios.
Depleted. 0-2 is the count, and here's the pitch. That's a little bit low and inside.
Well, we have a lot of his plenty of Adidas shoes here today.
Yeah,
that's not lacking here today.
People were tweeting about that all over the place, I guess.
Terry Smith Classic, all for you.
Here's the pitch. This is tapped back to the mound. It's fielded there by Lamb, and the little flip over to first base, and plenty of time to get Sheldon Noisy, and the inning is over. That's it for the A's. The bottom of the 2nd is coming up here in Tempe. Oakland leads at 1-0 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Zach Cozart will be the first batter up for the Angels as we head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Oakland. Cozart, Calhoun, and Simmons against Jesus Luzardo. And here's the pitch. That one misses. We mentioned when Luzardo was pitching in the first inning, he was born in Peru. There has never been a person born in that country who has played Major League Baseball. He's trying to be the first one.
Let's hope that he continues and stays on that track. He's doing very well. Again, for Venezuelan descent.
Here's the pitch, and that one is chased and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Got that good running fastball away. Changeup, curveball. Got Pools on a very good changeup down and in for that double play.
Here's the 1-2. This is chopped on the left side, gobbled up by Chapman, the third baseman, and he has time to get Cozart. So 5-3 ground out. Cole Calhoun will be the next batter.
Two lefties, quite similar now. Look at the difference. Pull side right-handers, except for Kinsler. Well, they've hit the ball on the ground, and he is not afraid to zoom that fastball in as he just did on Cozart there, getting him jammed.
Calhoun is hitting .390, and this is about the first time I can recall just about all spring that he's been hitting under .400. He goes after the first one and fouls that one off. He had a little 9-game hitting streak snapped by the Dodgers last night.
He's been spreading the ball around so strong up the middle the other way, and we have seen very few teams do what the Oakland A's are doing here on an 0-1 count.
Got the right side shift on. The third baseman is way over, actually closer to second than the third. And the count's 1-1 now on Cole Calhoun.
That is one very easy base hit right there on a bunt.
Oh, yeah. Luzardo ready, and the 1-1 pitch. That's a little bit low and outside. 2-1.
We've seen some teams try this on Calhoun, but they will leave the third baseman in even with the grass pretty much. Because it's been a couple times he has shown bunt, and in fact Valbuena has 2 bunt hits against the shift here in the spring.
There's a breaking ball that misses. 3-1 to count. The home plate umpire Jim Wolfe, he's one of the better ball and strike umpires in Major League Baseball. The other umpires today, Ted Barrett, Ryan Addison, and John Lipka. Here's one that's lifted down the left side, but that ball is going into foul ground, and unable to make the catch on it is Pinder. Really should have caught that ball. There will not be an error on it, but he was over in foul territory in plenty of time. Might have lost it a little bit in the sun, and it just drops out of his reach.
The only reason he doesn't catch it is exactly that, Terry. Left side of this diamond this spring has been a challenge in a mighty way for left fielders and for shortstops going back on a ball like that.
Pinder has the sunglasses on, but
once that baby gets in that sun, you forget about it. You're hoping to have an angle where you'll see it come out, but certainly there's some times when it just stays in that slot the entire time.
Calhoun backed out of the box. It's a full count on the Angels right fielder. We're in the second inning. It's 1-0 Oakland. 1 out, nobody on, and here comes the 3-2. And that was a late swing and a miss. Struck him out. First strikeout for Luzardo. 2 gone, and here's Simmons getting ready to bat.
I'll tell you what, the best I ever saw in fighting these conditions as a shortstop was Omar Vizquel, who would turn his back to home plate. Turn his back to home plate to catch a pop-up when it was in the sun for too long. And he didn't miss many.
Here's the pitch, and that's right in there on Andrelton. Simmons' .241 batting average this spring. And the pitch, a little bloop into left center field. It's going to find some daylight and drop in. Angels' second hit of the day. 2 out single by Simmons, and that'll give Marte a chance to do something here in the inning.
There we go. Simba got something up in the zone. Good to see him take advantage of it. One of the best hitters in baseball last year. Some of the pitches located around the letters and above the belt.
So we'll see what Jeffrey Marte can do. Marte, although nothing official, you kind of think he's going to be on the opening day roster in a reserve role.
He's got a lot going for him. Number one, he's out of options, which means he's on the 40-man roster. He's had a good spring, and he can play and back you up at third, at first, and in an emergency, even in the outfield.
Next pitch, and that's a little bit outside on him.
Can't disregard also, Terry, how good Chris Carter has looked here in camp. He's had a very good spring. He's on a minor league contract.
Here's the pitch on its way, and that one is a little bit outside. In the case of Carter, though, he's kind of a one-dimensional type player.
Right.
First base, he can obviously DH.
It's good to see the adjustments he's made at the plate. 2 hands on the finish, more contact.
2-1 delivery, and that is a little bit low and outside.
Oh, here's a matchup again. Marte hitting and Maxwell behind the plate. Remember what happened back on February 23rd? One backswing from Marte and got Maxwell out of the game quickly.
Yeah. Marte's gotten a few catchers this spring.
Maxwell is keeping his distance.
There's a toss over to first base. Back to the bag goes Simmons, who had 19 stolen bases last year for the Angels. That stolen base total for Simmons last year was a career best.
Tell you what, instinct-wise, he is the best the Angels have on the bases.
Here's the next pitch. This is another flare in a shallow left center field. That's going to drop in. And moving on to third base will be Simmons. So that one dropped almost in the same spot as the ball that Simmons hit. Marte has a blue single in the left center. The Angels have a pair on first and third. We'll see what Rene Rivera can do.
Well, Luzardo's got to be thinking, well, I'm getting the ball in enough, but difference is now from the first 25 pitches that he made, these are elevated. Yes, they're in, but they're elevated. Both Simmons and Marte can able to fight it off.
Rivera's hit over 300 this spring, 310, and he's homered and driven in 5 runs. We'll see if he can come through with 2 outs. Pitch a little bit high on him for ball 1. .36 pitches already in the ball game for Jesus Luzardo. And here's the next one. It's cut on and fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Tomorrow, the Angels will wrap up their Arizona spring training. And it'll be the D-backs coming here to Tempe Diablo. It'll be a split squad day for Arizona. And it'll be Tyler Skaggs against Chris Medlin in that ball game. Here's the next pitch, and waving at that one and missing it badly is Rivera, so he's down deep, 1-2. Luzardo on the mound, has the uniform pants pulled up right below his knees, has the stirrup socks striped. Angels red tops, white pants, and the A's have the dark green tops, gray pants. There's a pitch outside, and now the count is level. 2-2.
Big reason for the big production we've seen from day one from Rivera is stays on the ball longer, doesn't try to pull as much. Eric Hinsky has been on him about using a right field line to guide him along.
On that 2-2 delivery, Jim Wolf is going to ring him up. Rivera thought it was a little bit low and in, but he's a strikeout victim, and that's how the inning will end. Angels leave a pair on, and we move to the third. 1-0 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Get ready to go to the third inning. Franklin Barreto, the 9-hole hitter and second baseman for Oakland, leads it off. And the first pitch, he chases that one for strike one.
The A's have thrown Barreto into the fire. He has looked good. Some tweaks still defensively, as he noticed in that first inning when he threw the ball away. But he is the true package all the way around here, Terry.
Jed Lowry will be their second baseman when the season begins. But as far as the second baseman of the future, that tag is on Barreto right now.
Who can also play shortstop.
Oh, yeah. There's the next pitch on him, and that one is a little bit inside for a ball. Barreto came over to the A's in a deal back in 2014. That was the deal that sent Josh Donaldson from Oakland to Toronto. And there's one that's popped foul on the right side, backing out of play. Barreto did play in 25 games for the Oakland A's last season, and he homered in his very first major league at bat. Here's the pitch. Hit sharply on the left side under the glove of Cozart. He went ranging to his left, and the ball skipped under his glove. Rolls on out to Upton, and Barreto is on to start the inning off for the Oakland A's. Want to remind Angel fans you can join the Angels for Saturday night post-game fireworks shows presented by Wells Fargo. Just visit angels.com/promotions for details.
Should be a pretty packed house here by the end of the game. Close to 8,000 expected here today.
Here's Smolinski at the plate. He tripled to lead off the ball game. Barreto over there at first base with the leadoff single here in the third. And the first pitch, that one is a pitch that is in there for strike one. Lamb with a pickoff toss. Barreto hustles back to the bag over there at first base. He can run a little bit. He had 15 stolen bases in the minors last year, a couple in his 25 games with the A's. Here's the pitch, and that is right in there for a called strike. Oakland A's in the cellar the last 3 years in the AL West.
75-87 record last year. 26 games behind. Angels ended up at 80 and 82 and 21 games behind were the Halos.
Here's the pitch, and a cut and a miss, and that is strike three on Smolinski. So Lamb gets the strikeout. That's the second in the ball game. It's the first out here in the third inning, and Dustin Fowler will be the next batter.
Oh, good to see this. Lamb grabs a little bit of the idea and pattern that Barreto has been, Luzardo has been using against the Angels, and that fastball in. Truly tied him up.
Here's the pitch on Fowler, a left-handed batter. He takes that one for ball one. Fowler got into one game last season in the majors, and it was with the Yankees. But he did not have an official at bat in that ball game. Spent most of last year in AAA, hit .293 last year. Left-handed batter.
A's have, of course, Chris Davis in the outfield. Smolinski. Matthew Joyce, who had 25 home runs last year.
Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Fowler had a knee issue they had to deal with last year, at right knee surgery last season, and that's why he didn't play in a whole lot of games. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play. He was part of the Sonny Gray deal that the A's and the Yankees executed back in July of last season. He came over from New York in that deal.
And the Yankees are hoping to see the Sonny Gray that the A's became accustomed to seeing. And Sonny Gray's gone through his health issues, and hopefully he's back on track because he could be absolutely dominant. A fun guy to watch when he's on the mound. Excellent competitor.
It'll be interesting to see how many innings the Yankees will look to get from their starting pitchers per game this season.
Maybe because they have like 5 closers.
That's right.
Yes.
So they have a lot of guys in their bullpen to go to that can really shorten up a game for you.
Very quickly.
There goes the runner. The pitch is a ball. Throw down to second. Safe. It was close. That throw was right on the money, but just a little bit late, as it turns out. And Barreto has a stolen base. He's at second with 1 out.
Time to ride it. He went on Lamb first move after seeing him with a couple of different pitches, different looks, and different leg kicks. He was able to pick the right one to go on first move on a very good throw by Rivera. Again, already nailed the runner at third base trying to steal.
Here's the next pitch. This is popped in the air to shallow center field. Trout comes in and makes the catch on that one. Good job by Trout. When that ball left the bat, you kind of wondered if he was going to be able to charge in fast enough to get it, and he was able to nab that one for the second out.
All that speed coming in. Good read by Mike Trout off the end of the bat. Plays a sound, plays a swing. Ball stayed in the air just long enough, and one thing I've noticed is how much deeper, Terry, he is playing here in the Cactus League than in previous seasons.
At the play now is Simeon. First pitch on him, a ball. One ball, no strikes. Here's the delivery, and that's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Oakland A's have had some injuries beset some of their starting pitchers. Jarrell Cotton, who they were counting on to be in their rotation, has undergone Tommy John elbow surgery, and so he will be out all season. And they also have another starter who is going to be sidelined for a while. So their rotation is going to be juggled up a little bit to start the season off. Paul Blackburn, the other starter, he has a forearm strain.
So they went out and reached to the past. Trevor Cahill was signed to a 1-year contract back on March 19th.
Also brought back Brett Anderson just a few days ago.
So the A's use a total of 12 starting pitchers. And in terms of starts, Sean Manaea made them all starts last year with 29. And he was a good one.
There's a good off-speed pitch on a 3-2 delivery, and waving and missing that one is Simeon, and that's how the inning went. So a couple strikeouts for Lamb. They had the leadoff hit, but failed to score in the inning. Bottom of the third is next. 1-0 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Kinsler leads off the Angels bottom of the third. 1-0 Oakland on top. The first pitch was in there on him, and here comes the 0-1, and that's taken for a strike. 0-2 the count. Kinsler, Trout, and Upton against Jesus Luzardo.
Kinsler, beautiful piece of hitting first time up, change up away and went the other way, slapped it hard between first and second.
There's a check swing, and he was holding on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield is backed up. Outfield not very deep at all, especially the center fielder Fowler. And the next pitch, this is bounced over the mound out near the shortstop, fielded there by Simeon, and his throw gets Kinsler for out number 1.
Looking for a new or used RV. Well, swing into savings with the winning team at Giant RV. See their all-star selection of famous name RVs and save thousands now. Giant RV in Montclair, Murrieta, and Colton. Terry, RV to trek home, or it's an idea. How about a little promo demo RV from Pollo?
We'll be heading back tomorrow. There's no doubt. I don't know if I'm going to be on an RV or not inside one, but that would be luxurious.
Somebody should accommodate you, I think.
I don't have my own personal driver yet, Jose.
Gooby's got you.
All right, here's the pitch, and that one is fouled back behind the plate.
That Philly thing, man, it's pretty strong. Very strong.
Yeah,
like it.
Always open for an offer, I guess, but nothing in the works right now. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count here on Mike Trout. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up and chases that one and fouls it back to the screen. 1-2.
What of a split defense here up the middle for and against Mike Trout by the A's.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's outside, high and away.
Started the preseason 0 for 11. And that was that.
Yep. Here's the 2-2 and a big cut and a miss by Trout struck him out. So that is strikeout number 3 for the young left-hander, and with 2 outs, Upton will be the batter. Well, the Angels started the Cactus League against these Oakland A's, and the very first game is back on the 23rd of last month, Friday. And of course, we're going to see a lot of Oakland right at the very beginning of the regular season. They're going to make a pitching change, so that will be it for Luzardo. Break in the action, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Oakland. We'll be back with more Angels baseball in a moment on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher is Simone Castro, and the first pitch here on Justin Upton with 2 outs. He was taking a miss for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Castro, fastball, top out around 95 miles per hour. He was in 26 games for the A's last year. This one is lifted foul on the right side, out of play. The count 1-1. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Here's the 1-1 on Upton. It's hit on the left side. Long throw by the shortstop, and Simeon's throw is in time. He was a foot or 2 back on the outfield grass, deep in the hole, and he gets Upton to end the inning. It was a nice play. That's it for the Angels here in the 3rd. The 4th is coming right up, and 1-0 Oakland, the score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Well, John Lamb, the Angels starter, is still out there, and he gets ready to work here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 Oakland is the score. Matt Olson is the first batter for the A's here in this inning, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Olson, Pinder, and Chapman, middle 3rd of the A's batting order. Here's the 0-1, and that one is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. John Lamb, who went to Laguna Hills High School, ready to deliver in the next pitch, and that one is chased and missed. Lamb was actually going back to his high school days. He was in a car accident that caused him to miss his senior year playing baseball at Laguna Hills High School.
He's had his fair share of adversity off the field.
Yep.
And here he is, putting a good showing for the Angels this spring, earning this start here, as the Angels keep Garrett Richards away from the A's here today.
Lamb has also had 2 different back surgeries. There's a pitch chased and missed. Good off-speed delivery against Olson, so he's a strikeout victim for the 2nd time. And Lamb, going back to last inning, has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters. There's 1 away, and here's Pinder.
Something the Angels were not able to do very often last year in the regular season against Matt Olson. He hit 5 home runs against the Angels.
Here's the pitch, and that's a slow curveball right in there for a called strike. Pinder lined out to Angels left fielder Justin Upton. That was leading off the 2nd. Here's the next pitch. That's fouled back to the screen. We're going to check out the Out-of-town scoreboard. It's powered by the new 2019 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a newly redesigned exterior and 31 highway MPG. Test drive one today. We'll let you know what's happening around the Cactus League. There are a few night games scheduled in the Cactus League this evening.
Terry, I see this guy as a breakout player for the A's this year.
You're a Chad Pinder fan.
I like the approach, and he covers the plate well, drives the ball to every part of the field. Pretty good idea with the strike zone.
Here's one that he taps foul back behind the plate.
15 home runs and 282 at bats last year. Struck out a lot. 92 strikeouts in those 282. That's a ton of Ks.
He can play the infield and the outfield, and today he is in left field.
That's a plus. If he can hit, you will find, and they will find you a spot.
Here's the 1-2 on Pinder, and he takes that one low and inside. He's a guy who doesn't walk a whole lot. He had only 18 walks and 282 at bats last season, so he's usually swinging the bat. Here's the next pitch. It's a breaking ball, grounded sharply to third. Nice stop there by Cozart. Long throw, and it's going to be in time, and that'll be the second out. So two away, and the last 5 retired in a row by Lamb. Let's run down what's going on in the Cactus League today. In the second inning, White Sox lead Seattle 1-0. Second inning, Dodgers blanking a Royals split squad 1-0. Milwaukee and the Cubs are 1-1 in the second. Other Royals split squad tied with the Giants 1-1. That's in the second. And the Reds are up on Colorado 2-0 in the third. Under the lights tonight in Arizona. Indians hosting Arizona, and the Padres in Peoria will play this evening against the Rangers.
Starting to like those night games a little more. We're getting used to it.
Yeah.
How many? 4 total this?
Angels
4? Yeah.
ended up playing 4 under the lights this spring.
Brings a different vibe. Ballpark. Fans can watch a little BP, see BP, and fans up in the berm chasing home runs. People get out off work here in the valley and head to the ballpark. Pretty cool.
2-strike pitch on Chapman outside. In Florida today, finals in the Grapefruit League. Baltimore beat a Rays split squad 6-1. Astros split squad in Minnesota played to a 2-2 tie. Boston shut out the Yankees 5-0. Masahiro Tanaka 0-3 this spring for the Yanks. Detroit beat Atlanta 11-3. Phillies over the Pirates 8-2. Tampa Bay split squad beat Toronto 6-5. Cardinals beat the Mets 5-1. And 2 games under the lights, Astros and Nationals split squad, and the other Washington split squad will be playing a game against the Marlins later tonight. On the 3-ball count pitch to Chapman, 3-2 delivery, he walks him. So Chapman is on with a 2-out walk, and Maxwell will be the next batter. And it looks like Charlie Nagy is going to head out to the mound.
Scotty Radinsky.
Oh yeah, that's
taking over those duties here today.
So we'll see what's going on here. Just a little conference, you would assume.
In the distance, Terry. How about what we see landing right now? Military cargo out there in Sky Harbor. Yikes. Perhaps C-17.
Yep, that's a big plane getting ready to touch down a few miles away from here. So no move to the bullpen. 64 pitches right now for Lamb. The batter is Maxwell with 2 outs and a runner on. We're in the top of the 4th, 1-0 Oakland. They got their first inning run, and that's been it as far as the scoring so far.
Tyler Skaggs tomorrow against the Arizona Diamondbacks as the Angels close out the Cactus League season. It's good to see Terry and report a Tyler Skaggs that has been very solid here in spring training. He's had a mix of A games, B games, inter squads, minor leagues.
the next pitch. This is hit well into left center field. It's going to bang high off the wall. The ball's in play. Going into third, being waved home is Chapman. The throw will be cut off. And that is a ringing double for Maxwell. His second hit in the ballgame. That one was a few feet from leaving. He hit it high off the wall out there. You could hear it smack off the outfield wall. And now it's 2-0 Oakland.
Oh, hitting coach Darren Bush is going to be happy to see Maxwell against the lefty stay in a little bit longer, not pull off, as he might have done early in the game. And really soft sounding ball right there off his bat. Nice and smooth swing. Plenty of carry.
So the 2-out walk ends up hurting Lamb here in this inning. He kept the inning alive, and Maxwell brought in that runner all the way from first base. Here's Noisy batting. He takes a breaking ball right in there for a called strike.
Spelled. Every time we see this name, so got to do a double check. Make sure we pronounce it right.
Yep, last name is spelled N-E-U-S-E, pronounced Noisy. And he chases that one, fouls it back. He's a good prospect in their system, an infield prospect.
They have quite a few, Terry. Quite a few young guys that are coming through the rank very nicely.
He was another player they got in that Doolittle-Matson deal with the Nationals back last July. 0-2 pitch, and that one is waved at. A miss struck him out, and the inning is over. Pair of strikeouts for Lamb, 5 in the game, and they do get a run with 2 outs in the inning. It's 2-0 Oakland as we hit to the bottom of the 4th on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. First batter up for the Angels here in the bottom of the 4th inning will be Albert Pujols. It's 2-0 Oakland, and the A's go to the bullpen and they bring in young reliever Jorge Ruiz.
He's official now.
Wow. I didn't realize he had his own cheering section here. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one is a strike on the outside corner.
You know all about lyrics, Terry, so that was an easy one.
Wow. This is
Was Jorge around here? Are you kidding me?
This is his second appearance this spring. Jorge Ruiz.
No, it was automatic.
And the pitch, and Albert has greeted him with a blast out to left field. It clears the hedges out there. That is his first home run this spring, and man, oh man, did he hit it. He hit it out to the driveway that is back behind the stadium area here. Welcome to Tempe Diablo, Jorge Ruiz.
Albert Pujols. Making a lot of people happy beyond the berm.
Wow.
Also here in the booth.
Yep, we're winding down near the end of the Cactus League. There's no doubt about it. Are you sure this isn't the final game here this spring?
Let's have a good time.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that is a strike on the outside corner.
Maybe Albert does have a new walk-up song we had no idea about.
I had no idea about any of this, but it's been entertaining. Here's the next pitch, and that is a pitch taken by Cozart that evens up the count. 1-1 the count. What is the name of this singing group that's arrived here in our booth?
I prefer not to ask.
They might sing their name. 3-1 is the count. Cozart grounded out his first time up. Well, good to see Albert get one out of the ballpark here before he leaves town.
Field that department.
And there's a pitch that missed inside on that 3-1 and almost hit Cozart. He's on.
And important for Albert is to all the work he's been putting in the backfields and getting extra at-bats. He's one guy that's not shy to ask Mike Scioscia when he needs to go on a trip, travel across the valley, of course, which is nothing compared to Florida. But he'll get on that bus when he knows he needs his reps, and then beyond that, ask for additional at-bats in the minor leagues, which is now a larger custom all throughout Major League Baseball.
It looks like the Angels have brought in a pinch runner, and that's Eric Young Jr. over there. So the day is over for Cozart.
And the many fans that Eric Young Jr. has, he was fighting for a spot to leave spring training with a roster spot for the Angels. He has been already assigned to the minor leagues, but he'll stay throughout the end of the exhibition season.
There's a pickoff toss over to first. That was a pretty good pickoff move by the right-hander, and Young had a dive back, just got back safely.
In the same boat, Reimer Liriano, Ian Kroll.
One ball, no strikes, the count. Ruiz again with a pickoff toss, and once again having to dive back to the bag goes Eric Young Jr. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch on Cole Calhoun. He takes that, and that one is in there for a called strike. Jorge Ruiz is the pitcher.
If I were you, I probably don't say the first name anymore.
He is a Cuban native who apparently brought his own cheering section into our booth today. 2 balls and 1 strike. Last season he was an A ball and rookie ball.
Serves it up to Albert. And Cole Calhoun took some good swings against the starter Lozada today, even though he did strike out.
There goes Young. The pitch is missed for strike 2. Throw down is second, and that throw is in time. Good throw by Maxwell over to Simeon covering, and that'll be a caught stealing 2-6. That'll be the first out in the inning.
Nice transfer. How quiet, patient, and mechanically correct. Bruce Maxwell throws a strike right into the second base bag for a quick tag and an easy play with plenty of time. Ace catchers last season committed 14 errors. And it's a team that had their share of fair share of errors all around, including 30 errors coming from the third base position.
Yeah, the A's were dead last in the majors in fielding percentage last year. They were number 30 out of 30 teams in fielding. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
Breakdown was 10 errors out of the first baseman, 8 out of the second baseman, 30 from the third baseman, 24 from the shortstops, and again 14 from their catchers.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Ruiz, 24 years old. Here comes the 3-2 delivery, and that one is swinging a foul tip held by the catcher Maxwell Calhoun, a strikeout victim for the second time today. That's out number 2 here in the inning. And here's Simmons, who singled his first time up.
Nice bounce back by Ruiz there. Little giddy up in that fastball. Maybe had Calhoun looking off speed, and you can see Rojo walking back all across the length of that dugout with a sense of frustration.
Here's the pitch, and that is low and outside. Inning started off with an Albert Pujols blast to left field, hit well over 400 feet. Here's the next delivery. This is skied foul over on the third base side, and this is going to land behind the A's dugout. Foul ball to count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Simmons.
Tell you what, the sun hits the spot on Simmons's shoes, and how bright is that up here? Could be blinding with those 3 stripes, Terry.
Yep.
Looks like your shoes.
Looks like the ones you were wearing today, too. And Mark Ubisaw. And the pitch. This is chopped by the mound and through into center field.
They have hits in them, too.
Yep. 2-hit day for Simmons.
It's the shoes.
And it looks like he's going to be leaving the ball game. Angels will pinch run for Andrelton.
It was a happy day for the regular players because they know what's at stake here. Next stop, the Big A for a workout. It's good to see Simmons after the scare with that strained left shoulder on a diving play at shortstop. Missed a few days, came back strong, got the plenty of at-bats for Mike Scioscia. Leaves the Cactus League on a very good note.
So Alberto Trienfeld will pinch run. He's up from minor league camp. We saw him a few days ago in the late innings of one of the Angels Cactus League games. Young player up from minor league camp today as the pinch runner. First one on Marte, taken for a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes. Everybody is set, and just a lob toss over to first, and Trienfeld is back.
It's good to see Trienfeld get a chance. He is a minor league player filling in here today, getting exposed early in the game. Good to see him come into the 4th inning. Get some more reps. Angels have a couple of good shortstops down the lower minors, and Maitan and Soto.
Next pitch was taken. Runner breaks for second, and getting thrown out by Maxwell is the pinch runner Trienfeld. So Scioscia brought in a couple of pinch runners in the inning, and they were both gunned down out there at second base trying to steal. Inning is over. The leadoff homer and 2 hits overall for the Angels. We are headed now to the 5th inning. Right now 2-1 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Shortstop number 87, Alberto Triangle. Moving from first base to third base, number 19, Jeffrey Marte. Now playing left field, number 37, Ryan.
Now the Angels have made a lot of changes out in the field, so we'll pick those up for you in just a moment. There's the new pitcher, Keenan Middleton. They'll get ready to work here. So Middleton takes over for John Lamb. The Angels starter worked 4 innings. And along the way gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. He walked 1. And in the strikeout department, he ended up with 5. At the plate is Barreto for Oakland, and he's taking the first pitch and misses for a ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Angels have a different look going on as far as the infield. All new players at various positions around the infield. Marte, who is playing first base today, has moved over to third, so he's still in the game but at a different position.
Well, Middleton's look at that here.
There's one that's chased and missed. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Yeah, what's Middleton done to that hair today?
He loves red.
Yep, has a little dye going today. 2-2 is the count. The new first baseman for the Angels is Zach Houchins. Seen him a little bit this spring. He's up from minor league camp. New second baseman is David Fletcher as the pitch is fouled off over on the right side.
Oh, it's up for grabs here for the Angels late innings. Who's going to get the ball in the 9th inning? It's going to come down to first batter efficiency, swings and misses, and nobody was better at swings and misses last year in the Angels staff than Keenan Middleton. But also consistency day in and day out.
Here's the 2-2, and that one there is chased and missed, and Barreto is a strikeout victim, so that's out number 1. Fans, don't forget to join the Angels this Sunday night, March the 25th. The Angels will take on the Dodgers at the Big A. Game time 6:07. You can purchase your tickets to the only exhibition game at Angel Stadium by visiting angels.com.
So 2 things accomplished there by Middleton with a number 9 hitter, a good hitter, and Frankie Barreto, the youngster. Get that first batter out of the way, throw strikes, get ahead, and put him away. Swing and miss. 35% last year for Middleton. And balls just could not find the barrel.
The ball's 1 strike to count on Smolinski. He's their leadoff man, and he chases that one, fouls it back behind the plate.
Terry, another pretty solid outing for John Lamb, considering that all started with a triple and a double in the first inning, and came from behind, got stronger, got the ball down, got the fastball established in, and was only hurt later by a 2-out walk and then the RBI double. But overall, another solid showing by the lefty John Lamb.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little bit low.
Young, Fletcher, Liriano, Carter will pinch in, Young Jr., Houchins, and Triangle.
We'll set up the Angels defensively all around the diamond after the next delivery. Counts 1-2 here on Smolinski, who's tripled in 2 times up today. And the next pitch, and that one is hit well into left field. Reimer Liriano is going to watch it leave. A home run for Smolinski. That's his 4th one this spring. Solo shot. And the Oakland lead gets a little bit bigger. It's now 3-1 A's.
And for Middleton, that's one area where he knows in order to get the edge on that job, to get those last 3 outs to the closer, he must get better in that department, which was one which in spurts just hurt him a lot last year with a home run ball.
The second one he's given up this spring. Here's Fowler batting, and the first pitch of ball. So defensively, the Angels have Zach Houchins at first base, David Fletcher at second. Jeffrey Marte is now playing third. Alberto Trienfeld is the shortstop. In the outfield and left, Reimer Liriano, and center, Eric Young Jr. In right field, Chris Young. And there's a pitch in there for a called strike on the left-handed hitting Dustin Fowler. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Next delivery, that's chased and missed.
How about that changeup? Huge separation with that fastball that this spring has reached 98 miles an hour. See this changeup as low as 84, 85 miles an hour.
Here's Middleton's next pitch, lifted in the air into left center field. Eric Young Jr. has a beat on it, and he will flag it down out there. That's the second out. Marcus Semien will be the next batter.
Marcus Semien.
Semien has doubled in a run. He's also struck out. Breeze blowing from left to right at the moment. Had a couple home runs in this ball game, 1 for each side, and the pitch, a flare into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Semien goes the opposite way, gets his second hit today, and he has a 2-out single, and Matt Olson will be the next batter. Keenan Middleton spring for the Angels. 9th appearance today. It worked 9 innings, giving up 9 hits, 7 strikeouts, an ERA of 6 even coming into this game. So here's Olson, a left-handed batter who struck out twice against Lamb. Didn't have any luck against the Angels starter. Here's the pitch, and he checks on that one like a slider. It missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
Even the way Olson has taken pitches today, you can see there's a sense of trying to be more under control, see the ball better, and not to go look for the baseball, especially with a guy throwing that hard. And with his power, no need to go out there and reach it.
There's the next delivery, and that one is taken, and it misses ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. "17 pitches so far here in this inning as Middleton tries to get the final out." Here's the next pitch, and that one there is low. He's fallen behind 3-0. Here's the next delivery, and it's fouled off the Angels catcher Rene Rivera. Infield is playing it backed up with 2 outs. Outfield is shading the hitter Olson a little bit the opposite way. And here's the next pitch. He hits that one hard, but foul. Lines it foul on the right side, so the count remains even. The count should be 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty quick bat.
Chad Pinder would be up next for the A's. And here's the pitch, and that one is low. Prior to the A's opening up the regular season at the Coliseum against the Angels, they will have the Bay Bridge series against the Giants. And just like the Angels play the Dodgers before the start of the regular season, the A's play the Giants, and on that 3-2 delivery, that is a called 3rd strike on Olson. He knew it, got him looking, and that's how the inning went. A pair of strikeouts, but also the home run in the inning. And as we get set to move to the bottom of the 5th, it's 3-1 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. First batter up for the Angels is Jeffrey Marte, and the first pitch, that one is fouled back behind the plate. Marte has switched positions in this game. He's batting for the second time today, singled back in the bottom of the second.
Well, Jeffrey's got to show here at the end that he does have value for the Angels to keep him on that roster. Keep in mind, nothing is set in stone, as many teams are in the same boat with many players that are going to be released or exposed to waivers. So we shall see how it all pans out. Terry, remember, it was a very last-minute transaction the Angels made a couple of seasons ago, and it happened during the Freeway Series. Shane Robinson.
That's right.
Remember
got him from what, the Cardinals?
Got released, and before you know it, he's on the opening day roster.
Yep. Here's the pitch. This is popped in the air, not far from the mound. Coming over is the big first baseman, Matt Olson, and he'll make the catch just behind the pitcher's mound, and that'll be the first out. So Marte is retired. Rene Rivera, the batter.
It is a message for anybody that's in the bubble to think that just because he's this far, he's made it. That's a big mistake.
Rivera was called out on strikes his first time up. First delivery, he's taking that one, and it misses ball one. Chris Young is waiting on deck. He's now playing in right field for the Angels. His spot in the batting order is the Kinsler spot, the leadoff spot. There's another one that misses ball two. 2 balls and no strikes here on Rivera. Jorge Ruiz still pitching. He came in last inning, and he gave up a 400-footer to Albert. And the pitch, and that one is blasted out into left center field, and that's going to get out of here. Rene Rivera's second home run this spring, no doubt about that one. And the Angels get back to within a run. It's 3-2 Oakland.
Oh, the Angels went out and got Rivera on a major league contract, and certainly that pretty much, in his showing in spring training, his showing last year with 10 home runs and part-time duty with a couple of ball clubs, put himself in a better position to get not the invite but a major league deal, as the Angels got him, and he's done a nice job with the bat since day one of spring training, driving the ball to the big part of the field as he just did there.
Chris Young is the batter now for the Angels. He's had only 7 at-bats with the Angels since he finally got healthy, and he has had some at-bats in some minor league camp games. He was bothered by a right calf strain going back to start of spring training. Count even on him. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the next pitch by Ruiz, and he misses inside with that one.
There are some veteran players being told out there in different camps that they're not going to be part of the opening day rosters. Some of those guys on invites with contracts would have triggered by a certain date, or guys that have their escape clauses on certain dates, which was the case with Eric Ibar, who was let go by the Minnesota Twins, decided to opt out.
2-2 the count. Saw where Mike Napoli has been let go by Cleveland. There's a pitch that's chased and missed, a 2-2 delivery, and down swinging goes Chris Young. That's the second out.
I think for Napoli it's been a health issue. Really did not get a lot of playing time here in spring. Was a late signee to a minor league deal, invite to camp with the Indians, and just things didn't work out.
Here's the pitch on Fletcher. He takes that one for a ball. Talked about David Fletcher a lot this spring. He's had a good spring for the Angels, hitting .333. Here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike. He will likely begin the season for AAA Salt Lake.
Officially, he has already been sent down from Major League camp.
But he put himself on the radar screen this spring.
Outstanding.
Here's the pitch. He grounds that one through the right side, just out of the reach of Barreto. And that is going to be a base hit. Another one for Fletcher.
By doing exactly that. It doesn't matter if he started the game, came in late, pinch hit, pinch run, played defense. He has done it all. That's already Fletcher's 16th hit of the spring, which ties in for Cole Calhoun for the team lead.
Reimer Liriano gets ready for his first at bat today. He's hit just 195 this spring for the Angels, and the pitch, that one is low. It gets away from Maxwell, and Fletcher will easily move up a base to second.
Perhaps a ball that Maxwell could have handled. We'll take another look at it. It's a wild pitch, but there's no way that's a wild pitch. There's absolutely no way that's a wild pitch.
So we'll see how it's scored. In any case, the Angels have a base runner at second, and that's the potential tying run.
Hit Maxwell flush in the glove. He just did not turn it the right way.
Counts 0-1 on Liriano. A hit could mean a run. There's another one that pops off of his glove, and advancing over to third base will be Fletcher. I don't think there's any doubt that that was a pass ball.
Should be another pass ball.
Yep.
Having trouble with a fastball inside that Norrey's throwing out there.
Ruiz's pitches are uncatchable right now.
I guess for Maxwell. Boy, in that inner lane.
2 balls and no strikes.
I noticed he said Ruiz.
That's right. Been some shenanigans going on up in our booth today.
Albert was sent out to Southern California with a nice song. The booth.
Yeah.
First home run of the spring. Gets a song after it.
There you go. And it was perfect harmony too, I might add.
Soft tunes.
Everyone is set. The count's 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch, and that's on the outside corner, called strike 2 and 2.
Angels would like to see more contact from Reimer Liriano. More contact and more elevation. Lonchango is not one that's primed for a guy like him.
Next pitch will be the 40th for Ruiz since he came in last inning. There's no action in their bullpen, so they're certainly hoping he can at least get the final out here to wrap up the bottom of the 5th against the Angels. Here's the 2-2, and that one there was off speed and almost hit Liriano. He had to move off the plate, so it's a full count, 3 and 2. 2-out single in the inning. A wild pitch moving Fletcher to second, and then a pass ball moving him to third in this inning. And we'll see what happens on the next one to Liriano. Chris Carter's on deck, and the pitch is chased and missed. He struck him out. There are strikeouts for Ruiz. Angels have to settle for the 1 run. The Rivera homer had a couple hits, leave a runner at third. We are headed to the 6th inning, 3-2 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Leading off for the A's, number 18, Chad.
Angels have a new pitcher in the ball game. Their third of the day. Jim Johnson will take over for Keenan Middleton, who worked last inning in the top of the fifth. Middleton gave up a pair of hits, 1 run, allowed a homer, didn't walk any, and struck out 2. So Johnson is the new Angel pitcher, and this will be his 9th appearance this spring. He's done a solid job. ERA 3.38, and his first pitch on Chad Pinder. That one misses ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
Another Angels veteran who's gotten some work in AAA games to get his innings up, and of course to control as many outs or pitches as Mike Scioscia and Charles Nagy have won from him. He's been pretty solid.
Here's the 1-1 now, and that one on Pinder. It's high and away.
As we talk Angels bullpen and power arms, you got the lefty in Alvarez, you got little finesse and Noy Ramirez. Well, shots can get you a ground ball when needed.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Depending on the matchup.
Well, the Angels acquired Johnson during the offseason. He was on a 2-year deal with Atlanta. This is the final year of that deal, and there's a pitch taken by Pinder, and he is a strikeout victim. So talked about it all spring. Angels pitchers racking up strikeouts, and that's already 8 in this game.
Jim Johnson wasting no time. Put a block on him. Very rare late inning pitcher that still throws from the windup.
Here's the first delivery on Chapman. That's in there. Jim Johnson was an Oakland A at one time.
That's right. He's got, what, 2 passes through Atlanta, Baltimore, Dodgers. A long time suffered a very scary injury in that elbow. And it was after the injury he recovered when he became a guy that saved 50 or more games in 2 consecutive seasons.
Yep. That was with Baltimore 2012 and then 2013. And he had 22 last year with Atlanta. Here's the next pitch, and that's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And he needs to pick up. I mean, last season was not his best season. Veteran knows how to get things straight down. Hopefully he'll find it here for the Angels and give him some quality innings later in games.
Here's the next pitch. That's a 1-hopper just out of the reach of the shortstop. Trienfeld. He got a little glove on it. It's going to be a hit all the way. A 1-out single for Chapman, his first hit this afternoon. And Maxwell's had a pair of hits. Will be the next batter, the A's catcher. Maxwell's had a good spring, and 2 more hits for him today. He's hitting over 350 this spring. '27-year-old left-handed hitting catcher, and he takes that first pitch for a ball to count. 1 ball, no strikes.
How about our good friend Al Padrique, now coaching first base for the A's. And Matt Williams back in the swing of things as a coach at third base here for the A's.
Yeah, they have a few guys on the staff now who have been big league managers. Padrique in an interim capacity, and of course you mentioned Matt Williams. He was a full-time big league manager.
For Bryce Harper and the Nats.
Here's the pitch, fouled off on the left side, back and out of play.
Padrique's name did float around this offseason for a possible candidate to interview for one of the openings.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Maxwell, and the next pitch, and that one is chased and missed. That was a good breaking ball right there. Like a curveball that gets Maxwell a pair of strikeouts for Johnson, and Sheldon Noisy will be the next batter. Well, the Oakland A's, Jose, coming up next month are going to have a very unique promotion, and the first ever free Major League Baseball game during the regular season. That is going to be on April the 17th. There's a Snap throw over to first base. The runner gets back.
And in their 50th anniversary season.
That's right.
Beautiful.
And that date, April the 17th, it'll be 50 years to that date that the A's had their first game in Oakland. And so this April the 17th, when they're playing the White Sox, everybody gets in for free. Here's one that's chopped to short, skips off the glove of Trienfeld, and then it kind of caroms over to Johnson, and they're going to score that a hit. So runners at first and second, and Barreto will be the next batter.
Yeah, good to see that from the A's. That they also have brought in Hall of Famer Raleigh Fingers as a special assistant to the president. 7-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champion. There it is through the association with the A's, their franchise, their history with world championships. What a dynasty they had.
Here's Barreto at the plate. And the first pitch is low and inside on him.
In what is now Rickey Henderson Field.
That's right. That first game ever played in Oakland 50 years ago, this coming April the 17th, the A's had only 2 hits in that game. One of them was a home run by Rick Monday, and the other hit, it was a single by Tony La Russa.
How about that? Let's see Rick Monday, our Dodger colleague last night, broadcasting the game back to Southern California.
Yeah, Tony La Russa got that single in that game 50 years ago. And that was the only hit he had that whole season for the Oakland A's.
Paid off.
Yeah.
That's all he needed, Terry.
There's a pitch on the outside corner. That's a called strike, 2-1.
That's all that was written in the script. That's all he needed. Because what came later was outstanding.
Well, yep, became a Hall of Fame manager. 2 balls and 1 strike here on Barreto. 2 on, 2 outs. It's 3-2 Oakland here in the 6th, and the pitch chopped on the first base side. Good stop there by Houchins, who's playing first base. He'll solo to the bag, and that's how the inning will end. So Johnson has the scoreless inning. The Angels will be coming up when we get back in the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-2 A's on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Chris Carter leading things off for the Angels, batting for the first time in the ball game as he was at the plate here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Chases the first pitch and lifts a high fly ball to Dustin Fowler, the center fielder, and 1 pitch, 1 quick out. So here is Eric Young Jr. getting ready to bat. This will be his first at bat today. Came in as a pinch runner a couple of innings ago in the bottom of the fourth. Jorge Ruiz still pitching, and the delivery is in there. The A's do have action in their bullpen. We understand today Garrett Richards, we were aware, was slated to pitch in a AAA game. I believe it was against the Diamondbacks minor leaguers, and Richards threw 60 pitches, went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. He walked 3, struck out 1. So that would figure to be his final tune-up before the regular season, and we are anticipating Richards being the Angels opening day starting pitcher against these Oakland A's on next Thursday, the 29th. There's an 0-2 pitch that Eric Young Jr. chases and misses it, and he is out on strikes, and that is out number 2. 4 strikeouts now for Ruiz since coming into the game. And the batter now for the Angels is going to be Zach Houchins. His first time up today. And the pitch, that one is taken for strike. This is going to be the first time that Houchins has batted in a game for the Angels this spring, and the next delivery chops that one on the left side right at the third baseman. Chapman's throw will get him, and the Angels have a very quick and quiet bottom of the 6th. The 7th inning will be coming up in just a minute and a half or so, and when we get back, it's a 3-2 Oakland lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Leading off for the A's, number 5, Jake Smolinski.
Angels make a couple of moves. It's a new battery as we go to the 7th inning, and that means the new pitcher is Blake Wood, and the new catcher up from minor league camp is Kiner Pena. Blake Wood is kind of a guy that you forget about a little bit this spring.
No doubt.
But he is on a major league deal, 1-year deal.
Signed that deal to avoid arbitration.
Yeah. And as far as his numbers this spring for the Angels, this is his 9th appearance. And his ERA is 7.36, 7 1/3 innings, 14 hits allowed. Opponents hitting .452 against him this spring. So we'll see how he factors into the scheme of the Angels bullpen.
Yeah, he's been brought up slowly here the last 10 days or so and getting some appearances down in the lower fields. He's been pitching professionally since 2006 and claimed by the Angels off waivers from Cincinnati back in late August last season.
Takes over for Johnson in the pitch, and this one is lifted high in the air, and it's hit well in the left center field, and it'll split the outfielders. Liriano getting to the ball near the warning track will fire it back towards the left side of the infield, and that is a leadoff double for Jake Smolinski, who's having a real good day. It's going to end with that double. They're going to pinch run for him, but he ended up with a double, triple, and home run today.
Oh, making a nice push is Smolinski for some high amount of at-bats here for going into 2018. A former Ranger.
Tyler Ramirez is the pinch runner at second base for Smolinski. So here's Fowler batting, and the left-handed batter takes that one for a strike. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Next delivery, and that's lined by the mound and through into center field. Ramirez, the runner at second, will be waved home, and he will score without a throw. And just like that, the A's have put a quick run on the board here against Blake Wood, so his struggles this spring continue. And now Simeon will be the next batter.
A guy like Fowler, who their general manager David Force has talked about fighting for that one spot. Well, after the 0 for 3, lined out to center last at bat, hit the ball well, now squares it off right up the middle for the RBI. Big liftoff for somebody that came into the game hitting 189.
So here's Simeon at the plate. He takes the first one low. 1 ball, no strikes to count. So the A's are back up by 2. They've had several 2-run leads, 2-0, 3-1, and now 4-2. Here's the pitch, bounced on the third base side. It's fielded by Marte, goes to second just in time, and no chance for a relay, so it'll be a fielder's choice. Fowler out at second. It goes 5-4. And Matt Olson will be the next batter, and we want to remind Angel fans to get your red on. Experience Angels baseball according to your schedule. Just choose the games you want with the 20-game flex plan. Call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/ticket plans. And there's a pinch runner over at first base, and that is Nicholas Allen. So he runs for Simeon, who leaves the game. The batter Olson at the plate checks the swing, and on the appeal they say he was holding.
He's had a quiet afternoon with 3 punch-outs, and the Angels hope to keep it that way. So those arms exposed over home plate.
Here's the next pitch. That one is in there for strike 1-1.
Could be fighting some timing issues here late in the spring, as even the way he's taking pitches tells you a lot about what he might be going through and not picking up the baseball early or picking it up on time.
Here's the next pitch, and that's a low. Good stop by the young catcher, Kiner Pena.
Blake, for the Angels last year, 17 games, 2-0 record, a 4.76 ERA.
And the next delivery, that's a liner. It's going to fall into shallow left field. It's another hit. So Olson gets his first hit today, and he could be leaving for a pinch runner. That appears to be the case.
For Wood, 22 strikeouts with the Angels in 17 innings. And only 4 walks.
Sky Bolt That's a good name.
Yes, it is.
The pinch runner over there at first base.
That bolts right out of the sky.
First name is spelled S-K-Y-E, and the last name is B-O-L-T. Sky Bolt.
Sky Bolt, Tito Polo. I know you like Tyler Ramirez. He's in.
I do. They have two pinch runners out there, Ramirez and now Bolt. And there's one that's chased by Pinder for a strike. It's 1-1.
Great to see these youngsters make their way into the Major League box score. And some of them we'll see here in the regular season eventually.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. A's have 12 hits in this game, and they lead the Angels 4-2. Only 1 out in this inning. 2 on. The pitch that's fouled back right behind the plate. Tomorrow, the Angels will wrap up the Arizona portion of spring training, and the Arizona Diamondbacks will be here to take on the Angels at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Tyler Skaggs against Chris Medlin. Angels will break camp after that game and then have the exhibition freeway series against the Dodgers. It starts Sunday night at the Big A. That game Sunday at Angel Stadium, a 6:07 start, and then Monday and Tuesday at Dodger Stadium. Angels will be off next Wednesday. Regular season begins next Thursday in Oakland, a day game for opening day at the Coliseum. Next pitch, it's lifted in the air into right field, backpedaling under, and making the grab out there is Chris Young. Tagging at second base and moving over to third is Ramirez. That's out number 2. Matt Chapman will be the batter.
As we talk about Oakland opening day, we're assuming Garrett Richards will be on the mound. And Richards today, 60 pitches in the minors, 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs that were both earned, 3 walks and 1 strikeout for Garrett Richards.
There's a pitch on Chapman that's low and outside.
He's supposed to be pitching over at Salt River, right? In the minor league fields. Yep.
Thought that was against the Diamondbacks AAA club. Chapman at the plate. He's been on base a couple of times, walking a single. He's also flied out, and the next pitch that's inside.
So as usual under Mike Scioscia's tenure, final tune-up is a reduced amount of pitches before taking their regular turn to begin the season. Again, Richards, 60 pitches today in 3 innings.
There's the 2-0. That's low. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Lakewood is a slow worker, and he's trying to get the final out here in this inning. The count's 3-0, and that one is right down the heart of the plate, a called strike.
Got to put a premium on keeping the ball down because those flags are blowing straight out. They just picked up in that wind.
Here's the next pitch. This is lifted in the air into shallow right center field. Chris Young is going to call off Eric Young Jr. and the right fielder will make the grab, and that will end the inning. A run in the inning. They had 3 hits and they leave 2 runners on. So the bottom of the 7th is next. 4-2 Oakland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Batter is Alberto Trienfel, and the new pitcher for the A's is Sam Bragg. And the delivery, that one is on the outside corner for a called strike. Trienfel is batting for the first time in this ball game, and he's had 2 at-bats this spring for the Angels with 1 hit. A's have a lot of new players out there. We'll run down their defensive alignment in just a moment as Trienfel checks the swing and fouls it back behind the plate. So the count is holding at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Waiting on deck for the Angels, Jeffrey Marte. He's going to get another at bat. Everyone is set. Here's the next pitch, and that one misses outside. Mark Hanna is the new first baseman. They also have a new second baseman in the ball game as Barreto leaves. Trienfel takes that pitch, and that one is outside, so it's a full count, 3-2.
Sam Bragg having a birthday, March 23rd. He's from Marietta, Georgia.
How about that?
18th round for the A's back in 2013.
Here's a ground ball hit down to third base, fielded cleanly. The throw will get Trienfel, and that'll be the first out. Nate Mondu is the new second baseman. The new third baseman for them, who just had the ball hit to him, is Edwin Diaz. The batter now for the Angels is Jeffrey Marte. And he hits one sharply just foul on the third base side. Boy, that would have been extra bases for Marte. No balls and a strike to count. Staying in the game, playing shortstop, is Nicholas Allen. And the A's have a whole new look in the outfield. We'll run down the 3 outfielders for them in just a moment. No balls, 1 strike, the count, and Marte takes ball 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. As Bragg works here for the Oakland A's, this is his first appearance this spring, and the pitch, this is chopped on the left side. Fielding the ball is Diaz, the third baseman, and he will throw out Marte for the second out. So a couple of 5-3 ground outs. The Angels catcher who took over for Rivera, Kiner Pena, will be the next batter. And this will be his first time up in today's ball game. And as far as Pena this spring, this will be his first at bat. He had appeared in 1 other game but did not get an at bat. So Kiner Pena getting ready to bat. First name is spelled K-E-I-N-N-E-R, and he fouls that one back behind the plate.
He is from Barquisimeto in Venezuela. Signed by the Angels as an international free agent back in 2013. First year in the Dominican Summer League back in 2014. Where he spent a couple of seasons before traveling to the Arizona Summer League, and last year at Orem, pretty decent 292 average.
And the next delivery, that's going to be a little bouncer. They're going to throw to first base and get him, and that is going to end the inning. So Pena is retired, and so are the Angels. A quiet 7th inning against the new reliever Sam Bragg. The 8th is coming up. It's a 4-2 Oakland lead as we head to the 8th on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Fresh made.
Angels have a new pitcher in the ball game, and that is Jose Alvarez.
Leading off for your A's, pitcher, number 61.
Angels went down very quickly in the bottom of the 7th inning on Trienfeld's ground out and Marte's ground out. And then the last batter, Pena, actually went down on a strikeout to end the inning. So not much happening in the 7th. And now we go to the 8th. And the first batter for Oakland is going to be Bo Taylor as he gets ready to bat. So he's hitting out of Maxwell's spot. And here's the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike. Bo Taylor came in last inning to catch. He was behind the plate. Bats from the left side, a lefty-lefty matchup, and that one is fouled off over on the first base side, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Just update the A's outfield. That Angels 7th inning went so quickly. Tyler Ramirez is in left. In center, staying in the game, Sky Bolt, and the new right fielder for the A's is Greg Dykman. Here's one that's fouled back behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes on Taylor.
Bo Taylor out of the University of Central Florida.
The attendance here today, 7,434, 74-34. Nice crowd. As Jose Alvarez works here, his first inning, he replaces Blake Wood, who last inning gave up 3 hits. Also a run in his 1 inning of work. He did not walk or strike out anyone. Alvarez is pitcher number 5 of the day for the Angels. And Jose Alvarez this spring, he has looked pretty good out there on the mound. His ERA is under 3. This is his 9th appearance this spring. Averaged right around a strikeout an inning. Opponents hitting just 194 against him this spring. Here's the next pitch, fouled back just above us, back upstairs and out of play.
Terry, well, University of Central Florida in the news a couple of weeks ago because of Shaquem Griffin, and what a show he put on.
Yeah, that's that linebacker from their football program who was just blowing away the NFL scouts in that combine. There's a pitch that's taken a good off-speed pitch. And that one freezes Taylor, struck him out, went away.
Good connection there. I mean, Shaquem Griffin, 4.38 seconds, 40-yard dash in the NFL scouting combine. Fastest ever for a linebacker in the combine, ever. And the connection there is that former Angel, Jim Abbott, became a true admirer of what the youngster was doing. 20 bench presses. I mean, just amazing ability. Griffin does not have a left hand, and Abbott was born without a right hand.
Right. Yep. Yeah, just an amazing story. Here's the pitch that's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play.
And to those 20 bench presses, he used a prosthetic clip on the bar, and just like nothing, man, it was like a feather. Second team All-American 2017, and also the AAC Defensive Player of the Year. Tremendous story, and his twin brother Shaquille is a Seahawks cornerback. So inspiring story, as was Jim Abbott for so many years for the Angels, were so many kids all around and many humans around the world.
Yep. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Noisy is the batter, and here's the next pitch that is outside. We'll check things out on the out-of-town scoreboard. It's brought to you here on this Friday by the Ram 1500. It's Ram Truck Month. Hurry in for a great deal or visit ramtrucks.com to check out the powerful Ram lineup. And here's the next pitch. This is bounced back to the mound. Good stop on it by Alvarez, and he will throw out Noisy on that comebacker. So that is out number 2.
Nice reaction. Jose Alvarez put himself in a good spot. The ball found the glove, but he really kept his composure and kept his balance. No panic at all in getting his feet set and firing away to first base.
So Mark Canha is the batter. He's hitting out of Barreto's spot, the 9 hole. And the first pitch on Canha. He takes that one a little bit high. In the Cactus League today, 6th inning. White Sox lead the Mariners 2-1. 7th inning. Dodgers clobbering a Royals split squad 9-0. In the 6th inning, Cubs up on Milwaukee 4-2.
Start of the game for the Dodgers, Mr. All-World.
Yep, Clayton Kershaw.
And there's a 0 on the board. Well,
good shutout baseball in his start.
Nothing new.
1-1 here on Canha. 6th inning, the other Royals split squad leading the Giants 6-1. Colorado has a 3-2 lead against Cincinnati. That's in the 6th inning. A couple of night games in the Cactus League. Indians in Surprise will host the D-backs later on, and in Peoria the Padres will be entertaining the Texas Rangers. We'll check out things in the Florida Grapefruit League for you in just a moment, where we have a lot of finals. And a 1-2 delivery. It's fouled back behind the plate. Baltimore beat a Tampa Bay split squad 6-1. Astros split squad and the Twins played a 2-2 tie. Boston shut out the Yankees 5-0. Tigers over the Braves 11-3. Phillies beat the Pirates 8-2. Other Tampa Bay split squad beat Toronto 6-5. Cardinals beat the Mets 5-1. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and this is a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Let's see who's going to take charge. It'll be the Angels' third baseman, and that will end the inning as Marte makes the grab. A 1-2-3 inning for Jose Alvarez. The other 2 games in Florida today, one under the lights, Miami and Washington, and the other one is just getting underway. That's an Astros split squad against the National split squad. No score in the first inning. We're headed now here in Tempe to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-2 Oakland lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels batting here as we have the bottom of the 8th underway. The first batter up for the Angels, Chris Young, hit a ground ball right to the shortstop, Nicholas Allen. So we do have one quick out, one pitch, one out. And the batter now is David Fletcher. The 1-0 pitch on him. That's on the outside corner. It's a called strike. 1-1 to count. Angels down by a pair, 4-2 here. One out, bottom of the 8th. And the next pitch, that is a little bit inside. Sam Bragg is the pitcher for the Oakland A's. And the fourth one they've used today had a 1-2-3 inning against the Angels last inning. Here's the next pitch, and that one is right in there for a called strike. Angels 2 runs, 7 hits so far in the game, and the next one on Fletcher. He lines it into right center, and there is Greg Dykman to make the catch on that one. That's the second out. Ball's hit sharply, but right near the right fielder. Here's Liriano ready to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's being brought to you by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana, the #1 Chevrolet dealer in California. Rotolo is pursuing excellence every day. You can visit them at rotolo.com. Here's Liriano taking one low and away. He's been up once since coming into the ball game. Struck out back in the bottom of the 5th. 2 runs the Angels have scored today, coming on solo homers. Albert Pujols with his first one of the spring, and the other one was off the bat of catcher Rene Rivera, his second home run this spring. There's a cut and a miss by Liriano. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
We're talking, Terry, about decisions that need to be made with veteran players. So Bartolo Colon back in the mix. The Rangers last night, 5 1/3 scoreless innings for Bartolo, and through 5 starts. Remember, he is on a minor league contract with Texas. He has got a 3.00 ERA.
On the 1-2, Liriano takes, and he is out looking. Pitch got him on the outside corner. That's how the inning will end. The 9th is next. 4-2 Oakland here in Tempe on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Ready for another big
Angels go to the bullpen, and the 6th pitcher of the day for the Halos has entered the game, and that's Greg Malley. And he faces Tyler Ramirez, a lefty-lefty matchup. And the first pitch, that one is in there for a strike. The count 0-1. Malley has worked a little bit for the Angels this spring. This is his 5th appearance. Just 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief. Next pitch is chased, and it's strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes here on Ramirez. Angels will have one more crack against the A's when we get to the bottom of the 9th. And the next pitch, that one a little bit low.
Well, the Malley family is pretty happy about the other pitcher,
Tyler.
He is had a good spring and mighty talented. Hopefully get to see them both in the big leagues here in 2018.
Yeah. Here's one that's chopped over on the first base side, fielded there by Halchins, and he will easily get to the bag before Ramirez. That'll be the first out.
You know, even though Greg Malley's innings have not really piled up there, but he's been on the list many days here in spring training. With the Angels giving him another opportunity, second look. He is in better shape. Seems like he's cleaned up some things with his delivery to make it a little more repeatable, much easier to go out there and throw strikes.
There's the pitch on its way. That one is fouled off. We did not see Malley in an Angel uniform last season. He pitched at Double-A Mobile and also at Triple-A Salt Lake, but a couple seasons before, we saw him work for the Angels. There's a pitch in there for a strike.
And he was, in 2016, one of the last cuts here in camp. Came very close to making the ball club.
Here's the next delivery, and that one a little bit low. At the plate for the A's, batting for the first time, is Nate Mondu, another left-handed batter. And he chases that pitch and misses it, struck him out. So Malley retiring the first two with little trouble.
Stop, number 82, Nicholas Allen.
Nicholas Allen will get ready for his first at bat today. Came in as a pinch runner back in the top of the seventh. Malley ready. Here's the pitch, and that one is a little bit outside. It misses for ball one. The 2016 season, Greg Malley appeared in 24 games for the Angels and recorded his only major league victory. All the appearances were in relief that year. And his ERA that season was 5.40. Here's the next pitch, and that is on the outside corner. 2-1 to count on Allen. Greg Malley from Westminster. Went to Westminster High School, still lives in Westminster, and played his college baseball at UC Santa Barbara.
Is a gaucho.
Here's the 3-1, and that's right in there, so it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Angels have never led in this game and are down by 2 here in the 9th. And the pitch, fly ball lifted into center field. Battling the sun is Eric Young Jr., and he makes the catch on that one. He kind of went sliding down to hold on to that ball, and that's how the inning went. A clean inning for Malley. We'll see what happens in the bottom of the 9th. That's where we're headed. Angels down 4-2 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. The A's will use their 5th pitcher today. His name is Kyle Finnegan. Did some closing last year in the minors, and he is a right-hander. He's been in 5 games prior to today for the A's with a 6.75 ERA this spring. Chris Carter is the first batter to face him, and the first pitch it is chased and missed for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Finnegan was a 6th-round pick of the A's back in 2013. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's chopped foul back behind the plate. Jose Mota's headed downstairs for Angels Live on Fox Sports West. He'll be joined by Mark Gubicza, and Gubi will be visiting with someone from the Angels after the ball game wraps up. Here's the 0-2. That one misses a little bit low. I believe Scott Radinsky might be who Mark chats with, the Angels bullpen coach. We'll see how things develop down there. Finnegan, who's on the mound, pitched in AA and AAA a year ago, had 12 saves last season. His ERA was 4.62 between AA and AAA. And there's Chris Carter out on strikes. 1 away to start things off in the bottom of the 9th. The Angels bats have really gone quiet in this ball game. 11 straight Angel batters have been retired. That goes back to the final out in the bottom of the 5th. 4-2 Oakland as Eric Young Jr. steps in with 1 out, bottom of the 9th, and he chops the ball on the first base side. Canna has it, flips to the pitcher Finnegan. He gets to the bag in time. That's the 2nd out in the bottom of the 9th. So Houchins will get ready for his 2nd at bat in this game. He grounded out to 3rd his first time up. Right-handed hitter. Houchins last year, AA, AAA, where he hit .258 overall in the minors with 14 home runs. Played some winter ball in Venezuela this past winter. And he takes that one for a called strike on the outside corner. Nothing in 1 to count. A's have led this game since the 1st inning. They got a run in the top of the 1st, and the Angels have not been able to even get it tied up against them today. Two strikes to count here on Houchins. And the next pitch, that's a shot out of the reach of the second baseman, and the game stays alive as that ball drops into shallow center field. Mondu, the second baseman, tried to reach out and nab that liner, couldn't quite get to it, and the Angels' 9th is alive. The tying run will be coming to the plate, and it looks like Sherman Johnson is going to pinch hit here for Alberto Triunfel. We'll see if Sherm Johnson can keep things alive here. Swings from the left side, and the first pitch, that one is in there for a called strike. Sherman Johnson this spring for the Angels. .273 average, 3 for 11 at the plate. Here's the next pitch, and that's a check swing by Sherman Johnson. Count even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeffrey Marte, who's played the entire ball game, is waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1. That's a little bit low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Finnegan trying to get the final out for the A's to wrap this game up, replacing Sam Bragg, who did a good job for them. They had 6 straight outs from him. There's a swing and a miss, and breaking for second, going up there without a throw, will be Houchins. They were really not paying much attention to him. And I believe it'll be defensive indifference there, even though it's a 2-run ball game. The count's 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the next pitch. That's outside. Full count. 3-2. See if Johnson can keep the game going. He awaits the 3-2 delivery, and here it comes, and that's outside. So it's not over yet. Jeffrey Marte will be stepping up to the plate as the winning run at home plate. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Sherman Johnson. Bo Way is going to run. So we'll see what Marte can do. One swing of the bat could dramatically change the outcome here. Marte's had a 1-for-3 day. He's had a home run this spring. Here's the pitch, and the first one is on the outside corner. That's a called strike. Tying run at first base, winning run at home plate. Angels have put back-to-back batters on base after the first 2 were retired easily here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch, and it's chased and missed. So now the Angels once again down to their final strike in this ball game. Right-hander against right-hander as Finnegan is about ready to come in on Marte. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low. Smothered by the catcher, Bo Taylor.
Hey, sit back and watch the drive. Here we go. Sit on that lane now.
Kiner Pena, young catcher, would be up next. Marte trying to impact this ball game here. The 1-2 delivery, and he is out looking, and he knew it. Struck him out, and that's how the game ends. So the Angels end up leaving a pair of runners on base, and the Oakland A's come away with the victory here as they beat the Angels today by the final score of 4-2. So the 2 teams end up splitting their 2 games against each other in the Cactus League, and of course they'll square off against each other next Thursday afternoon, opening day at the Coliseum in Oakland, when the Angels and A's get the regular season underway. Angels drop it here this afternoon, again by the final 4-2. We're going to take you down right across from the first base line, across from the Angels dugout, and as we look down there, we see Mark Gubisaw along with Angels bullpen coach Scott Radinsky.
Thanks, Terry. Scott, so what did you see out of the reliever especially today? And we know John Lamb threw the ball well, but really focusing in on the bullpen today.
Well, we had them all lined up, getting them ready for, getting into this freeway series. Really, we're just kind of looking at finishing them off here in spring training, been building them up. Most of them gone through back-to-back. And today was kind of like the finishing Cactus League game.
What did you see out of Middleton? He had a good fastball working again today.
Keenan had a good fastball, good changeup. He's been using it a lot, showing confidence in it. Alvarez looked good, spotting the ball up where he wanted to. Wood stumbled a little bit, but, he's managed to get himself through an inning and battle. And I believe we had Jim Johnson was really good. Attacked a lefty, couple of punch outs, good breaking ball. So it was a good day for them.
So the guys are all in position now to be able to get in that freeway series to get closer and closer to the opening day. They're on Thursday.
That's the goal. We get into a big stadium, turn the lights on, and, here we go.
Always a pleasure to finally talk to you, Scott. Back to you, Terry. Scott Radinsky, the man right here, taking some time with us.
All right, really appreciate it, and we appreciate you for being with us here on this Friday afternoon from Tempe, Arizona. Want to remind you that for those of you watching on Fox Sports West, Jose Mota and Mark Gubasov will have a lot more post-game analysis on Angels Live. We'll have more for you on the radio side on our flagship station, Angels Radio AM 830. In the final today, A's over the Angels 4-2. Thanks for joining us on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.